Hello, everyone. Good morning. And today I will be answering the questions of one of the speaking test. It's from Cambridge Book 13, and test 3. I'm answering this because there are questions and it will help me improve the way I answer to questions. So I just thought of answering such questions, and maybe I will try to answer some interview questions next time. Just these are the things that we need to do first, right? When we have to face an interview, they'll be asking us questions and we'll be answering them. So to in order to practice for that, I am trying to answer the questions from this speaking test. So first of all, I'm reading the part one. The examiner asks the candidate about him or herself, his or her home, work or studies, and other familiar topics. Mostly it will be like they will be asking us, introduce yourself, right? So let me introduce myself. I'm not going to say my name or my exact places. I'm just going to imitate someone, or I'm just going to say something that comes to my mind. Hi, my name is Ria, and I belong to the southern part of India. I have been living in Dubai for the past 4 and 5 years. My I graduated with a bachelor degree in engineering. My major was electronics and communication engineering. I also have a master's in business administration, and my specialization was is human resource management. I worked at Nasdaq for an year, and after that, before that, I worked at Thomson Reuters for almost four and a half years. Now I do not work. I have taken a break from my career to take care of my kid. She is 5 years old and she's taking online classes from home because of the pandemic. And my family is just a nuclear family consisting of my husband and my daughter. I used to have a lot of hobbies before my marriage, but after my marriage, my hobbies are confined to some shopping, and I also love to chat with my friends when I get some time. So now I'm going to the next question. When you go shopping, do you prefer to pay for things in cash or by card? Well, I normally pay by cash, but here after coming to Dubai, I started using credit cards because when we use credit cards, we get credit points, and I started using paying with card because of that, and now I use card most of the time. Do you ever save money to buy special things? I try to save almost all the time, and when I wanted to buy a bike for my husband, so try to save it every time. But every time I use that money for some other things. When some emergency comes, I takes that money, and I had not achieved my wish of gifting him a bike. Would you ever take a job which had low pay? Sometimes I love to be a HR, so if I get a chance to be a HR, I mean, to join as a trainee in a company with a low pay and compared to another job which is offered to me as some admin assistant or something, I'll prefer to go for this job because this will give me experience that I need to go to higher positions later on. At least maybe after a year or two, I'll be able to try for higher paying jobs with the same experience. So definitely, I will accept such a job. Would winning a lot of money make a big difference to your life? Definitely. Who does not love money? When if you win a lottery or a big ticket, we get a lot of money, and we have a lot of commitments in our lives which we always plan to do finish first, and then we have to save money for our future. So in things like that, when we get a lot of money like that, we can finish all the commitments in one go, and we can save money for the future at the same time. And also, not only that, we tend to help others, which we cannot do with our current situation. If we have a lot of money, we will definitely help others. That is a good which will bring a good happiness to ourselves. Now we are going to the part two. Just I have to start trying to speak slowly. Most of the time, I speak very fast. and I'm going to try to speak a bit slowly. So this part has we need to speak for 2 minutes. So I'll try to finish talking 2 minutes. I'm not sure if I'll be able to talk on this topic. It is given that describe an interesting discussion you had as part of your work or studies. You should say what the subject of the discussion was, who you discussed the subject with, what opinions were expressed, and explain why you found the discussion interesting. I'm not going to prepare so much. I'll just talk what comes to my mind. When it comes to discussion, there are a lot of discussions we come across when we are working or while studying. So there was one type of discussion while I was studying. When we are in college. So when I was in my fourth year, our college did not allow us to go for an industrial visit. Most of the colleges they take for an all India tour, and my college didn't permit for an industrial visit because there were some kind of restrictions in the college. So we decided to meet with our chairman. We went to meet with the chairman. In my class there were almost 90% was girls and the remaining 10% was boys. So we went directly to meet the chairman, and he asked, why do you want to go for an industrial visit? Because anyway you're not going to visit any industry. That is true, actually we visited, but just for namesake we do not pay much attention because the only thing that comes to our mind when we say it's an industrial visit is definitely the places we are going to visit along with the industry. So uh, we were discussing about the industrial visit, and when we spoke to the chairman was hesitant to give us the permission to go, but then we expressed our opinions. So we'll be facing, this is the final year of our study, and next year we will be in different places. So we just need time to spend together for fun and for visiting an industry. We exaggerated the industry part because we wanted to convince him anyway. We have to convince him and get his permission to go for the industrial visit. So we found the discussion interesting because even if we get a permission, and we'll be the first set of final year students who will be going to visit an industry in the final year, because in the second year normally he allows permission for 2 days, and final year we have planned for a 4-day trip. And that's why we found the discussion very interesting. And chairman had no other way. Since we are all girls, he was soft hearted and he gave us a permission to go for the visit. But we should say that we skipped the final visit. We went for the trip, but we missed to visit the industry because we went on a holiday without, we didn't plan much. We just got the permission, and they just gave a week time, just one day to go on the week time. So but we were not able to reach the place on time because of some um, repair works in the bus while we were going. It got broke down on the way, and so uh, this was what happened. And that was the discussion which I always remember a lot, because we succeeded finally, and we made a decision to go for the trip. So it was really a good experience. And now we go into the part 3, discussion topics. Discuss problems with others. Why is it good to discuss problems with other people? uh, as the question says, it is good to discuss the problems with other people. I opt to say the other way, because when we discuss problems with people whom we don't know, it's really going to be creating a problem for us. When we discuss the problem with the persons who are close to us, they might help us to find a solution to come out of the problem. So in that case, it will be very good to discuss the problem with the persons, with the people who are very close to us, to find a solution. Do you think it's better to talk to friends and not family about problems? In some cases, it's better always to share with friends, because a family, most of the time, they will not be of the same generation. They think differently. But when it comes to very particular problems like choosing uh, your partner or someone, I think we should definitely consider telling it to our parents. But when it comes to job or choosing a right path, choosing a course of study, the youngsters, the friends might know much better than parents might know, because in their time, things that they faced were not the it's not the case now. Now the technology has improved and there are various aspects that we can study or work. So in that cases we can discuss with friends, but if it comes to very personal things we discuss only with family. Is it always a good idea to tell lots of people about a problem? It's definitely not a good idea, because when we tell about our problems to a lot of people, then some people may feel sympathy towards us, some people may blame us, and most of the people just laugh at us behind our back because they don't have anything to do with us. They just got some topic to gossip about us. So it's not always a good idea to tell other people, a lot of people, about our problem. Communication skills at work. Which communication skills are most important when taking part in meetings with colleagues? Definitely, the way we express our opinions and thoughts is very important while we take part in a meeting with colleagues, and the confidence that we need to speak in front of a group is definitely important. That's why I'm trying to do this video. So communication skills, fluency, the clarity in thoughts are all very important when we express something. So speaking. What are the possible effects of poor written communication skills at work? When we are trying to express something to our manager through an email, uh, we should pay attention to the words that we use. We should not be harsh. We should not explain. We should be clear in the way we write. The, the message we convey to the manager or the person whom we are writing the email should be very clear about what we are mentioning exactly. He should not have a different perspective of what it might be. So we should always have a clear written communication to have a to make the other person understand better. What do you think will be the future impact of technology on communication in the workplace? Future impact nowadays, in earlier times when there were no internet, to communicate between workplaces in terms of work, they used to send letters, offer letters, whatever letters, fax, things like that. Everything goes only by post and it takes a lot of time. And nowadays it's very easy. If you want to send an offer letter, just send it right away. And in future, maybe even now, it's future impact, maybe the things decisions that we have to make discussing with the people. We don't have to waste our time. Interviews, and if we talk about interviews, nowadays interviews happen on online. They don't have to waste much time traveling here and there. They don't have to spend much energy on all these things. So in the future, definitely the technology will play an important role in uh, improving the workplace communication and culture. So that's the end of the session. So I'm not sure if how far I have done. I don't know, if I speak like this I may not get even six, but I have just tried. I'm just trying to, like I said yesterday, I'm just trying to improve myself, the way I answer to questions, the way I answer technically, or with good vocabulary. I'm trying to improve myself. I am sure that you wouldn't have got anything important, anything useful from my way of speaking, because I'm just a beginner or intermediate level person. I'm not an expert, definitely. So you also try to practice like this. I'm doing this because I want to record this and listen to it after I finish my 100th video. So at that time I want to see how far I improved. I want to compare the first few sets of videos and the last, how far I have improved. I want to compare the I want, for that comparison, I'm recording this and posting it here. I'm not sure if you will be finding anything useful. So I'm not asking anyone to subscribe. This is just my personal channel and I'm just posting it here. You don't have to subscribe or you don't have to follow me. It's all up to you. I'm just, if someone has really listened to what I speak, and if you have any suggestions for me to improve, definitely you can comment below. But please don't blame me for wasting up all your time. Thank you so much.